G'day everyone, Tim from Bozzy Garage, and what we have today is a short video talking about the differences between the base model Excite 51 MG4 and the XPOWER. Starting on the outside, both look great I think. There's not really many exterior changes to the XPOWER. The XPOWER is of course based on the Essence model, whereas this one here is the base model. What we can see first up when we look at the front of the car is that there's a little bit of a difference with the lower cladding. That is painted gloss black with silver insert. When we look at the Excite 51, it is plain old matte plastic with a kind of carbon fibre style pattern to the inserts. That still looks good, quite like that. When we look at the wheels, well, there's an obvious difference here. The XPOWER, that's on 18-inch alloy wheels without any aero cover, and the tyres that it's running are Bridgestone Turanza 235/45/18. When we look at the Excite, well, we've got an aero cover on, of course, that helps reduce drag and improve efficiency. It's also a 17-inch wheel and tyre compared to the 18-inch. Also a different brand of rubber. These come on Continental, and these are 215/50. So 215 means that the width of the tyre, 215 millimeters. These are 20 millimeters wider on the XPOWER. The obvious visual difference is the orange brake caliper cover, which is of course only a cover for the standard brake, which lies within. Looks huge. Well, the caliper cover is huge, and you can't really see anything here. We've got the brake in there, kind of hidden by the aero cover, and I believe the brake caliper here on the base model is the same as the brake caliper under that cover on the XPOWER. This thing has got 320 kilowatt. This one's got 125, I believe. So there's a fair difference in power output of the XPOWER. We all know about that. Great car, oh my god, super fast. But the brake caliper covers don't actually increase the braking performance. When we look at the side of the car, same thing here, where the lower portion of the door is actually painted gloss black with a silver insert. We've got matte plastic with, again, a carbon fibre style trim around it there too. Rear wheel, same as the front, 18-inch with Bridgestone Turanza 235 wide tyres, and again another fake caliper cover over the rear wheels. Looking at the Excite 51, again, same as the front, 17-inch, 215 wide Continental tyres, aero cover as well, and same brake caliper hiding within the wheel itself. When we get to the back, again, the XPOWER is based on the Essence trim MG4, so we've got that really cool roof spoiler here, dual spoiler, with a little bit of extra, what would you call that? I'm not sure, aero cover on the side there. We've also got a full width light bar with the inserts here that does light up, and that looks pretty good. When we look at the base model Excite, well, we don't have the roof spoiler. I may well add it because I think it looks great on the XPOWER over there. And if I stand here, you can actually see the visual difference between the two. Looking at the rear lights, the base model only gets the lights on the outside. It doesn't have the light that continues across the middle. It does get a cool little kind of lip spoiler right here. A little bit of almost like a ducktail is what you'd call it. And again, the XPOWER, because it has the visible LED lights above the brake light, no rear lip spoiler there. It's like a clear kind of plastic. Let me see if I can grab the keys here. There we go. So again, you can see the lighting up of the full width rear light bar across there. Compare that to the Excite. Okay, lights up, but only on the outside, nothing on the middle. Both, of course, have a rear wiper. The very early MG4s released in Europe did not have a rear wiper. I got to say, though, it's really tiny. Like, the width of the blade is that much. It's not huge. And when it does wipe, it sort of leaves you like about a dinner plate size clear spot. Oh, look, it's still good to have a rear wiper. Doesn't really do you much. Let's continue looking at the back of the car. we've got the MG4 electric badge with a bit of green there. That is where an XPOWER badge might be, if they provided one, but they don't. So the badge work is the same as the base model. Looking a bit lower down, we've got more or less identical rear diffusers, but there is one tiny difference. If we look here at the vertical section, here it seems to have a kind of painted insert, again matching the one that was on the side of the car, like that. So although we do have that protrusion on the base model, I don't think we have that insert there. It's kind of flush. Very, very minor difference. I'm not really sure why they even bothered with that. What other exterior differences do we have? If we look at the side mirrors, well, you can see the one on the left is open, so the base model one does not fold in, and the one on the XPOWER does. Again, based on the Essence grade, which does have electrically folding mirrors that automatically unfold when you unlock the car. There you go, very nice. So the biggest external difference is the continuous light bar and the dual rear spoilers, but you get that on the 64 model Essence anyway. So the XPOWER, it is slightly different. I guess the real unique things about it, again, wheels, orange caliper covers, and the gloss painted lower portion of the car. Now of course this is a black car. If you had any other color, white, green, blue, orange, etc., I think that would actually still be painted gloss black rather than having it as a matte plastic finish like on that car on the left, the blue one. That's Tina's car. Now let's have a look and see if there's any interior differences here. This is the XPOWER, charging cable there. This one has the dual level boot floor. I haven't really played around with it, but there is a way I think you fold up. There you go, you fold that. You fold that as well. And then that should, there you go, give you a lower boot floor by about, 2 inches maybe. So useful, I guess. I think the reason for that is the higher floor will actually make it level with the back seats when you do fold the back seat down. So, okay, pretty neat, pretty tidy. That would be an issue if you're going to buy any accessories like a boot mat protector or something, because in the Excite, which is full of rubbish, it only has a single level boot floor. So that can be lifted up. We've got our tire inflator and everything underneath, but you can see there's not really the ability to move the boot floor height. That's what you get. Now, further changes in the interior. The XPOWER is unique in having this faux leatherette vinyl side bolstering, Alcantara artificial microfiber style insert in the middle. It does feel nice. And the stitching, look at that. That one's kind of orange and that one's black. Interesting. Same thing when we look here, we've got black stitching on the lower bit, and again orange there, black there. Up in the headrest, black stitching, orange stitching details along most of the other areas of the car there too. How does it look in our base model Excite 51? Well, fabric seat. They're actually pretty good, these fabric seats. Like, they don't get hot in summer, and I don't imagine they get too cold in winter. So not a bad option to have. When we look here, again like the XPOWER, there's two different colour stitchings. We've got blue stitching on the inside, black on the outside. Same detail when we look on the vertical part of the seat. We're taking the headrests off because they just block all vision entirely. And blue stitching on the side here as well. Getting into the front seats here, again you can see the different fabric trim on the seat. Vinyl leather outside, Alcantara in the middle, contrasting orange stitching. The actual seat themselves though, well, they're really the same seat as what you get in the base model. No extra bolstering, body hugging corners or anything like that. Again, quite comfortable seats. I don't have a problem with having cloth. I haven't had the cloth seats in the car for a while, but it's fine. also manually adjusting seat in the base model. The Essence and the XPOWER, they have the electrically adjusting front seat. What other kind of aesthetic differences are there in the cabin? I don't think there's really much. The base model, I'm not sure if the steering wheel is the same material, but it certainly looks the same, feels pretty much the same to me as well. Same size, style, shape. There's no change to the trim up here, steering wheel or anything else for the XPOWER that I could detect. The base model does not have any auto-dimming rear mirror, just a standard old mirror. The XPOWER does have an auto-dimming rear mirror. I'm not sure if the Essence grade has it as well. Pretty orange halogen lights, might change that another day. Let's go back into the XPOWER again. So again, just like in the base model Excite, we've got a gloss black plastic trim that scratches far too easily. Same rotary dial, pretty much the same steering wheel. I think it feels the same to me anyway. Not a great deal of difference in the interior, which is kind of a shame. I feel like it would be nice and would really differentiate the car if they did actually make a few small upgrades that really wouldn't cost too much. Different kind of trim there instead of the gloss black plastic. Change the display just in software, upgrade the steering wheel, maybe different stitching on that, because if you look again, although the seat has orange stitching, we're back to plain old black stitching here in the steering wheel. Orange there, or a few different colours, well, that might have been a nice thing to do. Things for a future upgrade, maybe. Now, with the bonnet up and having another look at the front of the car, I've actually noticed actually quite a big difference. Have a look here very closely at the headlights of the car. These are, I believe, 1, 2, 3 pairs. Yep, 3 pairs of LED projectors. And when we look at the base model Excite, it's actually quite different. We've got an LED projector here of a different style, and here we've got a standard halogen orange turn bulb. So, yeah, interesting. I'm not sure if that was actually described in the model differences on the XPOWER page. Again, I'm not sure if this is an XPOWER specific thing or an Essence thing as well, given that the XPOWER is based on the Essence, but I'm sure someone will correct me. Just leave a comment below and I'll look into it. Now, the big money spent on the XPOWER is to get you that, well, extra power. Comes from the front motor, which this car does not have. When we have a look underneath this big engine cover, we see a whole lot of nothing right there. So if we look at that carefully, you may be able to see some of the silvery lines. They look like air conditioning lines to me with crimped ends on them. Anything orange is generally, well, not that orange connector, but a big thick orange connector would be a battery cable. A whole lot of space in here if you wanted to add another motor, and that's exactly what they've done with the XPOWER. Same style of engine cover, but when we have a look underneath, alright, that looks quite a bit different. Again, you can see those big thick orange cables. That's what I was talking about, that one there and that one around the back there. So it's feeding power to your front motor, which a little tricky to see, admittedly, but there is definitely a lot more going on in here than in the base model. That's why this car gets 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, and it is a wild ride. If you ever get a chance to have a go at it, highly recommend it. Lots of fun, lots of screaming. Who knew you could get so much performance out of a little, small, cheap electric car? So again, yeah, looking at the headlights, quite a bit of difference there. You can see the standard sort of reflector in there. Have a look at the XPOWER. I reckon these will be quite expensive to replace if you ever get in an accident. So yeah, don't have an accident. Oh, other differences, of course, here. You can see there is a camera located dead center under the MG logo. That is for your 360-degree camera. Let's see if we can locate the other ones. I imagine it's around, there we go, under the rear vision mirror. And then the back one, well, usually quite easy to find. There you are, located under the rear MG badge. When we look at the base model, we will still have a reversing camera, but we are missing all the other cameras. The side mirror here, for example, does not have a camera, which the XPOWER does. And at the front here, nothing under the nose of the car. Oh, I've got a little stone chip. I'm very upset by that. Okay, I'll fix that another day. So I believe that just about wraps it up. Oh, no, forgot. Active shutters here. So that's all blanked off. That is, well, that's part of the moulding. That cannot be opened. But here you can see the colour difference and you can see how the plastic gives a little bit. That is the active intake shutter. When it is shut, it provides more aero. So this one here, no shutter at all. I can see my finger all the way right through here. Again, that's moulded in place there. So permanently left open. You can actually see the radiator or condenser there. One would be for your aircon, the other one would be for, I imagine, battery coolant. So that is, maybe, I hope, the last difference that we can detect externally from the two cars. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. If you think I have, please leave a comment below. Just a little walkthrough. Well, yeah, first time I've had a chance actually to have both cars side by side. I need to return the XPOWER back to MG in the next couple of days, but yeah, tell you what, great cars, the MG4. That one there. Really, both are brilliant cars. We bought that one back in September of September of 2023, so I've had it about 3 months or so. XPOWER had that 3 or 4 days on loan from MG. That is absolutely manic. You put your foot down, you've gone into warp speed. Fantastic. Great experience. Really enjoy it. I'm childish like that. The thing is, that is crazy good value. It has, well, okay, it doesn't have 2 engines, it doesn't have 4-wheel drive, it doesn't have 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, but for most people, that is going to be heaps of car for you, especially if it's your first EV. It's the first time my wife has had her own EV. I've had my Tesla a while now. Ever since I've had the Tesla, I've wanted to get her into EVs as well. So we've had that a few months and she wouldn't go back to petrol now. Why would you want to go to a petrol station? You can plug it in every day. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it's efficient, it's fast, it's everything that you need. So, I said too much. Hopefully that's been useful for you. If there was anything that I missed, please leave a comment below. And if you would like any specific more content, whether it be about XPOWER, which I only have for a couple more days, the base model Excite 51, or, you know, stupid old performance cars like that, STI there and that, see, okay, it's not a performance car. I'm probably going to do a comparison of the Model 3 versus the XPOWER as well, because they're actually kind of in the same price bracket now, would you believe? Not the same performance bracket. That is quick, but it's not super fast like that one is. Anyway, again, my name's been Tim from Bozzy Garage. Please leave a comment below, good or bad, don't really care. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you like it even more. Please subscribe, that'll help us a lot. And yeah, let me know if you want any more content. I'll see you in the next video.